welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us on this very auspicious day at the Buddhist Temple of Toledo. Please be seated. Today will not be like a normal, typical Sunday service. For the past 12 months, 11 members of our community have been discerning Shoken. Today is the public acknowledgement of their commitment.
Attention! 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 We come to this temple realizing the great importance of the matter of life and death. We ask our teachers to guide us in our training, and we offer our practice for the liberation of all beings.
The new Shoken students now present themselves to the Sangha. They offer their practice as a model to the community. As the line passes by, please return the bow with a gasho. The new Shokan students will now offer 3 bows to their teachers. The Shokan students will now make 3 bows to the seat of practice. Here, they will practice Zazen, the core of our tradition.
Typical next move. So good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. A special welcome to those who wonder what craziness your loved one has gotten themselves involved in. It's a big step that folks have chosen to take to formally and karmically seal the student-teacher relationship. Within the tradition itself, this is kind of a big deal. And so it's well warrants the solemnity and the intensity, which of course requires its attendant bit of comic relief. But the moment is a solemn one and an important one in the tradition. In a moment, we'll exchange some words and some totems, all of which reflect the commitment that's been made. What you're seeing right now is a public acknowledgement ceremony. The actual initiation and empowerment of Shokan occurred last night near the midnight hour, and it was a wondrous and magical time. But now we have some Buddhist business to attend to. There's a matter of bowls and a covenant. Let's begin. Cue the usher. Yukon, please.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokan student be publicly acknowledged.
Yukon, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Yukon, receive the Shokan covenant.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Hensei, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Kensei, receive the Shokin covenant.
Enne,
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shoken student be publicly acknowledged.
And may receive the Buddha's bowls.
Enne, receive the Shokin covenant.
Soko.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Receive the Buddha's bowls.
Soko, receive the Shokin covenant.
Yucho.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Yucho, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Yucho, receive the Sangha, the Shokin covenant.
Suju.
Your move.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Receive the Buddha's bowls.
Suju, receive the Shokin covenant.
Shugen.
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Shugen, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Receive the Shokan covenant.
Shujin,
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Jujin, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Shujin, receive the Shokan covenant.
Ryushi,
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Ryushi, receive the Buddha's bowls.
receive the Shokan covenant.
Yatsu,
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shoken student be publicly acknowledged.
Kigetsu, receive the Buddha's bowls.
Higetsu, receive the Shokan covenant.
Koju,
I come here today with the intention that my commitment as a Shokin student be publicly acknowledged.
Koju, receive the Buddha's bowls.
receive the Shokan covenant. What we're about to do is to recite what's called the Shoken Covenant together. You've heard it mentioned a few times already this morning. And this is an attempt to give some language to the relationship between the student and teacher. I think it's important to just point out a few things before this is recited. One is that it's very common today to turn on movies or shows or social media or plays or novels, and what you find is adventures. You find actors fictionally portraying adventures that never really happened. And yet somehow they sing in the key of our lives, some more than others. And yet still, as well done as they may be or not, they're fictions. The heart, some of our hearts, long to touch into the real adventure. Where's the true journey? And what we come to find out is that it has nothing to do with going out there and subduing others or making others conform to our will or our ideas or anything of the kind. Rather, turns out it's an inner journey. It's about confronting the self, about really fearlessly investigating the important matter of our own life and our own death. And this takes more courage than vicariously participating in a series. So you might ask, what the heck is with all these robes and the incense and the bells and stuff? I mean, come on, guys. And you know, from a lot of perspectives, that is a valid criticism, except if you can just suspend that for a moment and just play, really play full in, full on, throw yourself into the stream of intelligence that this wisdom tradition has to offer. It's not the only wisdom tradition, clearly, but it is one, and it is a real deal wisdom tradition. And we find that these pieces of cloth and these sounds and the smells and the space suddenly become part of our ability to access the real thing in some mysterious way, in some very clear way. Coming in and engaging in ritual, setting a situation, is all setting up our own awakening to our own true self, to our own true nature. And the enlightenment that Shakyamuni Buddha had some 2,600 years ago is exactly available to each of us today. And that's what it's all about. Frankly, if the robes and the bells and the formalism that happens at times, believe me, we don't live like this all the time, but at times it does happen, but if it wasn't helpful, we'd chuck it. The only reason for any of it is because it helps. It actually is part of the medicine. It's part of the setup for the journey. Now, the language points to the relationship between the practitioner and the teacher. If you notice in every one of those stories, there's always the hero, the heroine. Somewhere along the line, they connect with the wisdom tradition. A Gandalf, a Yoda, somebody shows up, and there are little tricks that happen. A magic sword, a magic ring, something. That when it's really filled its use, the protagonist realizes was absolutely unneeded, unnecessary, but it was for a while. This is called upaya in the Buddhist tradition. This is skillful means. And so the relationship between the student and teacher is absolutely critical. Left to our own devices, it's all but impossible to really see through the shadows, to really confront, and also to have our understanding verified, blessed, and recognized. can't do this alone, folks. This is something that happens in community. And so the Shokin covenant that we'll now give voice to is some attempt to put some language around the relationship between student and teacher as inherited in the Zen tradition and as manifested here at the Buddhist temple of Toledo.
All Shokin students come to Choke.
Shokin Covenant. In formally entering this relationship as teacher and student in the traditions of Zen Buddhist practice, I covenant that, recognizing the humanity of each other, we will build our relationship as teacher and student on a foundation of mutual trust, honesty, and respect. Recognizing that our time together is short and precious, we commit to manifesting full and complete enlightenment as the fundamental activity of our lives. May we bring all beings to this state. Seeing the imperative of realization in a world filled with suffering, we will bring to bear courageous presence, vowing not to turn away from each other in the face of hardship. Recognizing that encountering our barriers can be painful, we hold that no and yes can be spoken, heard, and received freely and without fear of negative consequence. Recognizing the rich history of the teacher-student relationship, we understand that the primary function of the teacher is to practice, and that the primary function of the student is to practice with the guidance of the teacher. The primary place for this is at session. Trusting the wisdom of the teachers, we hold that the teacher is safe to offer corrections and that questions can flow in both directions. Further to this, as a Shokin student of the Daishin Rokuji Sangha, I will be a model of practice, immersing my whole heart, mind, and body in the study of the Great Way. Uphold the lineage of the ancestors through diligent practice, liturgical stewardship, academic study, and respect for the three treasures. Be present for and meet with open heart all students, members, and visitors in the Great Heartland Sangha. Approach my training and responsibility in the community humbly, with a guiding sense of generosity and compassion.
Yesterday, these Shokin students sat through the entire day contemplating why they seek to become formal students. At the end of that day of reflection and inquiry, they each composed a poem expressing something of their feelings about the nature of this occurrence.
On the occasion of taking Shoken with Rinsen and Doan. Standing in the snow on fire, please help. Practice to sit still among tubes and wires, needles and scalpels, to count breaths already numbered, to protect with shields of light. It's fine, your lungs are not you. But here is a question, vexing and relentless. Not squandering a second chance precious human life, ask for the teachings, bring that question. Now the best part. 2 dragons carrying a lineage and teaching the Dharma of Brussels sprouts, snails, earwigs, and owls. Letting you know for the sake of all beings when you are a million miles from it. Letting you put your hand in their hands and pouring their hearts into your heart, investigating this great matter together. Boundless gratitude.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan. Long, tortuous road. Journey, just a backward step. Trust, this is the way.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan, deep in the cold woods, the stream flows and babbles on. There, stillness abides. In the mystery, that's where I found the traces, an authentic life.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan. Living and dying, we walk together. Please, lead me through the great hall with empty mirrors inside.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan, this robe, a million moments of seeking, a path worth committing to with the full expression of myself, and deep gratitude for my teachers who guide the way.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan, I embarked on the adventure. I rang the bell, I banged the gong. I shared food out of this world with dear ones. I shed a sea worth of tears as I dug deep to heal. I allowed the words of a favorite song to settle in my mind. Be still, my love, open up your heart, let the light shine in. I danced with Mu from before the sun rose and after it set. And very importantly, I began to let go, and I had the courage to feel deeply.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan, evening light streams through the windows, turning the cushions gray. Hundreds of dragons watch us from within the floor. I can see their eyes unblinking, silent for now. A dark-robed figure stands in the corner of the Zendo, but when I look, there is no one. Were they really there? Do not squander your life, they whisper. Rohatsu is really short to be so long. The Dokusan bell will only ever call you so many times. Don't squander it. Run.
On the occasion of taking Shokin with Rinsen and Doan, I take the journey to awaken. I see a wall blocking my way. The wall is me. The wall is my ego. Through compassion, striving to end suffering, and a keen awareness, the 5 empty skandhas, I will be free.
On the occasion of taking shoken with Rinzin and Doan, practice takes many forms and occasionally surprises. Can anything concentrate the mind like sickness? Watching the breath as it stumbles and sputters, I am grateful for the teachers. As they combust their lives for us, should I not go and do likewise?
On the occasion of taking shoken with Rinzin and Doan, striving for awakening, support is needed. Models of compassion, models of wisdom, practice, depth strengthens.
On the occasion of taking shoken with Rinzin and Doan, once you gave me this name. What an honor to be so seen. Now I receive this covenant. What an honor it is to practice with you. Gratitude overflows the cup, and the cup cannot be filled.
Your practice has been recognized. You have been publicly acknowledged as a Shoken student of Daishin Kokuji. As abbot of the temple, I, Ryudo Rinzin, acknowledge this fact.
I, Ryudo Doan, acknowledge this fact.
Yeah.
I would now like to take a moment to acknowledge the students who have committed to 2024 Shoken discernment. As I call your name, please stand. Zenyo. Ryukan. Karyu. Koke. Bukyo. We will now recite the Bodhisattva's vows, which you can find on page 8.
Almost now. Before that now, let's have this quick now. I'd like to formally thank Reverend Kaishin for all his efforts getting the robes together and your capable assistants, Shugen and others. There was a cast of near thousands to get these robes together, and also for your skill in helping facilitate, also with Reverend Shokai, the liturgical aspects that we've all gone through. Y'all have a black belt in Zen liturgy now, just to say. And a special thanks to Sensei for your patience and guidance with me and the students. And really to all the Shoken students that are here and all you that I know are out there online, let's all look at the camera and wave to them and blow a kiss. Mwah, mwah, lots of kisses. Mwah. Believe it or not, there are students who practice here from all around the country and abroad, actually, not just this country. So to all of you, thank you very much for your practice and your virtual presence, and for everybody who showed up today. I'm grateful for your support of those folks who are engaging in this practice. Thank you for supporting them. And y'all, what a great job. It is truly an honor to be in your presence. We'll conclude now with the Bodhisattva vows.
Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Beings are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. The Buddha way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody
after we do the recessional with the new Shoken students that have been acknowledged, I would ask everyone who is currently a Shoken student with a gray robe or the clergy to join us back in the ancestor hall so we can do a nice group photo back there with Sensei and myself and all the Shoken students who are present. And then you'll be released back to your family's arms.
Thank you for coming to today's service, everyone. This concludes the service. We'll be having a meal in a little bit.